Hello there, once again this is Anton from Anton Bay. Thank you guys for stopping by the collection room. Today I'm taking a look at an action figure. I couldn't resist these. These Ultra Street Fighter 2. This is Cammy. I got a Chun-Li. I was very pleased with it, although I did have some problems with like the neck peg and the head sculpt. Wouldn't stay on. I could only use one of the heads. Anyway, old video. But they made a Cammy. They made a second series of this, and since Cammy was one of my favorite additions to the new, when they brought in the new players, I had to get this. I don't have a good 6-inch Cammy figure. Actually, I don't have any Cammy figures anymore. I used to have a Play Arts Kai, and it was very, very cool, don't get me wrong, but Play Arts Kai stuff doesn't really fit in with the rest of my collection, especially anymore, so I was just like, eh. So to see a 6-inch Cammy, I was all over it. Why isn't this coming out? Oh, that's why. Because it's shaped weird, and I tried to open it from the wrong end. Could just rip it all apart. It's not like I'm going to probably keep this package. Although, that's a pretty cool package. You got her background stage and everything going on. It is packaged weird. Yeah, that is a weird way of packaging something. Anyway, let's... Holy cow, these are really stuck in there. I've seen this accessory, like they had this same accessory on the Play Arts Kai one, only it was larger, for her cannon peel. I didn't like it then, or cannon heel, or whatever they call it. It always sounded like she was saying cannon peel. And there was always, of course, fun when you're sitting there with your brother trying to decide what some of these characters are saying. Because it does not sound right. This would be less tricky if my knife was sharp. The knife isn't very sharp. Got all that noise done. Let's clip this back in. First off, that's cool. I like that these are all like small and flexible, and then they have a little rotation at the top. I don't know if you need the rotation, but you got it. This feels really good. But is your head going to stay on better than my Chun-Li's head? Looks like it, yes. So I'm going to stand you there for just a minute. Can bring it down just a touch. Focus in on you a little bit better. There we go. She looks good. Now what do we got for joints here? I was expecting like we might get some butterfly joints, but I guess not. You know, and I'm not going to get too picky. This is a $25 figure, which I guess is like the standard rate for a good figure now, but it still seems a little high to me. But for a quality character, I'm definitely up for it. Joints feel a little stiff. I kind of want to run it under hot water before I get too wild with it. But you get a ball joint at the shoulder that doesn't look like it's going to be inhibited much by anything except for maybe that top musculature a little. That's going to move pretty easy. An upper bicep cut. Double jointed elbow, which I think comes in good for Cammy. Her gloves look great. Her gauntlet things. This definitely, like the size and the feel is good. It's very stiff, and I probably want to heat it up. But you do get an ankle or a wrist pivot and rock right there. Yeah, her head does look around well. We got to focus on the most important joints to me on some of these. For Cammy, you're gonna need good hip joints and a good ab crunch. Let's see what the ab crunches are doing. So it looks like the top one goes forward further than the bottom one. But working together, you're getting a pretty good amount of movement. And it's looking pretty good. It's not like, other than if you crank it clear back, there's a little gap there, but who cares about things like that? We're not going to be cranking it back that far. One thing I am appreciating is that she has like thick, good thighs. Too many action figures, I think, especially of women figures, not her, but like you see them in a lot of Marvel Legends. They make the upper thigh so small, and the whole leg is scrawny if you start too small, and it looks wrong. And it's not just a preference for larger thighs, it's a preference for it looking like a real person, like make it look like an actual person, not a string bean. And so yeah, having some like musculature, some fitness on the thighs, and maybe even the butt there. It is a little odd. I am seeing a little bit of weird shape here. Just because it's pushed far forward and this is pushed far back. I don't know. It's a little weird. I don't think it's too off. Part of that is because this seems to be like a softer floating piece right here. It's rubber, so it's not getting in the way of the thigh or the hip moving up. The hip moving out movement is good, but there is a big gap there. And it does make a weird butt cheek move. But anyway, you do have a big ball jointed thigh up there that moves around quite well. Upper thigh cut, double jointed knees, which go clear back around, you know, up behind her head and stuff like that if you so desired. But when you go there, it does leave a gap, which looks extremely weird. You get a rotation at the top of the boot. Ankle rocker pivots. Looks like it, yeah. So yeah, I'd say Cammy is doing pretty good as far as articulation goes. And also, it feels good. Like, I try to express this sometimes in videos. How does a figure feel? Like, does it feel like I'm going to break this thing? Does it feel cheap? Does it feel rubbery? Does it feel reused? Cammy feels good. Cammy feels like a quality made figure. She doesn't feel brittle. She doesn't feel rubbery or anything. Push that back out because that was driving me crazy. Yeah. There's a firmness to it, like the plastic is quality. I know sometimes in Marvel Legends you get like weird marbling and the plastic feels weird and there's a rattle to it. None of that going on with this. In fact, if I was going to compare it, she does kind of feel real similar to Storm Collectibles. They have a way of just feeling like super well made and pricey. The only difference is their torsos are soft rubber for movability. Hers is not. It's hard rubber, and I think I actually prefer that. But all in all, for a more select character than, say, a Marvel character, the fact that you could get a Street Fighter character of this quality for 25 bucks is pretty amazing. Like, I'm really happy with it. So, is it definitely worth the 25? Absolutely. It looks amazing. I've got like SH Figuarts, Street Fighter figures, or at least a Sakura. This holds up with that. It's really good. It really feels nice. The articulation's probably not quite as good, but who needs it as much? It really feels like a good made figure, quality made figure. As far as for accessories, I don't feel like popping the head off, and I don't know that I would probably use this head on a daily basis anyway. Most likely, if I ever lose a ponytail, I will have an extra one because I will not use this head. The only thing I might use is these extra hands are pretty cool because these are like total movements and stuff that Cammy does. So that's pretty cool, and I might use those. But anyway, that's Cammy. That's a good figure. Totally worth the money. I recommend it. What more can I say? That's my story. I'll catch you guys later.